essence of our own inner knowing and the direction that we're heading towards, which is back to basics here and the pleasures in life, but also using the wisdom of Mother Nature and of our survival instinct with Taurus, in feeling very abundant and knowing that we have everything here on our beautiful planet through Mother Nature, and Mother Nature has all the answers and knowledge and wisdom if we just, you know, pay closer attention and hone in on that idea. And that's going to open up and expand with Jupiter and Pisces a lot of our inner knowing and our spirituality and our spiritual foundation. And with the release point being in Virgo, having that very practical and detailed and organized so we can execute our ability to incorporate this spiritual foundation that is leading us back to a more basic, primitive structure that is going to be enlightening and is ultimately going to be more powerful here and make us feel all abundant, knowing that we do have everything here on our planet within Mother Nature. So, and then we have another T-square here, and this one has to do, let's see, did I go over both T-squares? Okay, so I did go over both T-squares. So now let me look at all the other aspects as I go around the wheel. And I'm going to move from, I'm going to move in the direction the planets move. So we have the full moon here and trine. So the moon trine the south node I covered within the mystic rectangle. The moon sextile the north node in Taurus I covered with the mystic rectangle. The sun and Pluto opposite the moon I covered within the mystic rectangle. We also have Mars opposing Black Moon Lilith, but I covered that within the T-square. We have the North Node trining the Sun. That was part of the mystic rectangle also. So now we have Uranus retrograde, and it's at 10 degrees Taurus, and it's trining Venus retrograde at 13 degrees Capricorn. So, okay, with Uranus retrograde trining Venus retrograde, what I'm sensing from this transit is there is going to be some insight presented to us regarding how our self-value has changed, what we do find pleasurable, how that's shifting and changing to ultimately benefit our own individual needs here with Uranus and our own individual security here within our individuality and how that's changed. So, you know, Venus retrograde is definitely bringing out, within Capricorn, is bringing out our sense of being very secure in what resources we've gained and how we can apply that to create some comfort here in our life. And I feel like with Uranus retrograde in Taurus, we're having to rearrange some things so we can we can adjust to the necessary changes that are going on in order for us to still stay comforted here in the material with Venus retrograde in Capricorn. So this is a trine energy, so it's usually it comes with ease, the trines. Sometimes they can be quite the opposite is what I find through my own experience. But I mean, for the most part with this trine, it's allowing for us to allow for certain things to comfortably change in order for us to still have some security within our own comforts here and luxuries here in the 3D. Just making necessary changes where we need to within our budget. So it's almost as if, you know, we can still have our comforts within a reasonable bargain here. So we might be cutting back on some things with Uranus retrograding through Taurus, connected, trining Venus retrograde Capricorn, cutting back on costs, and then allowing for us to funnel in the resources necessary to enjoy certain aspects with our lives, just making necessary shifts and changes so we can still have a sense of pleasure in our life and comfort, okay? And being able to afford that here with Venus retrograde. And then the other aspects that I'm going to go over here, let's see, Mars square Neptune, we went over within the T-square, so that's covered. And then the Sun and Pluto trine the North Node, we covered that in the Mystic Rectangle. So we have two aspects going on over here in Aquarius, one with Mercury retrograde, and it's making a square here with Uranus retrograde in Taurus. So there is some needing to go back over how we are individualizing our minds and our thoughts here, and it's creating a little bit of a challenge with this square energy, but it's also giving us motivation to learn how to adjust to certain changes within our 3D with Uranus retrograde in Taurus. With this 10-degree energy, it's almost as if we're trying to figure out how in our individual lives how we can self-serve and change the way we independently move forward within our uniqueness, how we can with the Mercury retrograde, how we can rationalize the changes that have been going on within our community and our security here, and how we can draw off of our ability to take action and initiate the necessary mindset to get motivated here to maintain a level of independence. Because with this 10 energy in Taurus, Uranus retrograde, it's as if we're trying to find the self-motivation to independently figure out a way to kind of just maintain here in the 3D and get our mind strong enough to get prepared to make necessary changes in any self-motivating behavior that allows for us to just work with the changes going on within community. Uranus and Taurus here. retrograding. So it's getting us prepared to just be confident enough and mentally strong enough with this 9-degree Mercury retrograde, the 9 just being very kind of experienced here and wise to allow us to just mature in a way where we're self-motivated in being independent here in Aquarius, and kind of thinking outside the box of how we can kind of maintain our own lives and be the trailblazers in our own lives, and just be strong enough to initiate any change mentally, get us prepared to create some sort of foundation here and sustain that, because Saturn is here too, making a square to Uranus retrograde in Taurus. Saturn is here in Aquarius, and wanting us to get really concrete within the changes that are going on within community and our sense of security here. And so that way we can have something to give us a platform here in our independence and give us a steady, solid ground for us to uniquely be individualized, and for us to maintain our independence